Hello, everyone, and welcome to session one of week 13. So, in this session, in this week and next week, we're going to continue in unit three, which is called a prized possession. So, today we are going to learn about a possession's history and use and how to talk about that. So, let's begin. First, let's talk about our goals for this session. So, our goals are learn to describe the history of your possessions, learn to use for and since correctly, and learn how to describe how you use your possessions. So, these are our three goals today. We're going to learn to talk about the history of your possession, how to use for and since, and to describe how you use your possessions. So here we go. First, what will you need? You need your textbook, page 35. Always have your textbook with you when you watch the lectures, right? You need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, right? You should always also take notes, and your attention and focus. It's helpful when you watch these videos to just watch a little bit each day or a little at a time because there is so much material, right? So, are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Let's begin our lesson. So, when we are describing the history of a possession, first let's look at this word history. History is the past, right? Yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, the history. And remember, a possession is something you own. I possess this phone, it's my possession. So when we want to talk about our possession, what can we talk about? We can talk about where we got it, how long we've had it, and how we use it. So, this is one important way to talk about a possession, right? Where you got it, how long you've had it, and how you use it. So, let's begin by talking about where you got it. Where, of course, means where did you purchase it, where did someone give it to you, and so on. And these are the expressions we're going to look at in this session. So there are quite a few, right? But if we want to talk about where we got something, these are the terms we would use. It was a, and I got it. So let's look at these phrases in some more detail. If we want to talk about where we got it, first we could start with, it was a. I could say, it was a gift. It was a present, right? Gift and present are sanmul, right? Gift, it was a gift, it was a present. It was a blank gift or a blank present, which we'll see an example of in a moment. Or I could say, it was a souvenir. Do you remember that word from last week? A souvenir is something small that you buy when you travel. Let's look at these blanks here. Maybe it was a special kind of gift, like a birthday gift, or a special kind of present, like a graduation present. So these are all ways we can start to talk about where we got it. It was a gift. It was a present. It was a birthday gift. It was a graduation present. Or it was a souvenir. We can also use sentences that start with I got it. Since we're asking where did you get it? I got it from a place. I got it as a gift. We can say that as well. I got it in a city or country. When I started, when I finished, or when I visited somewhere. So let's go ahead and fill in these blanks with some example sentences. I could say I got it from my dad. So here I can talk about the person if someone gave it to me. I got it from my dad. I got it from my sister. I got it from my friend. I got it as a gift. So we can say it was a gift or I got it as a gift. We can also talk about the city that we got it from, or the country, or the store, right? I got it in Seoul. We could also say I got it in Shinsegae, or the name of the store. I got it in Seoul. We can also talk about the time when I started college, when I finished high school. So these are common times to get gifts, right? Or some possession. When I started college, I got this. When I finished high school. Or if it's something like a souvenir, when I visited Canada. So again, we can say it was a gift, it was a present, it was a birthday gift, it was a graduation present, it was a souvenir. Or we can use sentences that start with I got it. I got it from my dad. I got it from my mom. I got it from H&M. I got it as a gift. I got it in Seoul. I got it when I started college. I got it when I finished high school. I got it when I visited Canada. So let's look at two examples. So here we see a scarf and a hat, right? So if I want to talk about where I got it, I could say it was a birthday present, or I got it from my friend, or both. Maybe it was a birthday present from my friend. So this is talking about where I got it. It was a birthday present. I got it from my friend. Here we see a nice jade bracelet. I could say it was a souvenir. I got it in Beijing, China. So this is another way to describe it. I can say it was a gift, it was, in this case, a souvenir. And where did I get it? In Beijing, China. So that's how we talk about where we got something. The next way we can describe the history of our possession is to talk about how long we have had it. So here we see that list again. So we've talked about it was a and I got it. And now we're going to talk about these terms. I've had it for and I've had it since. So the first thing we need to talk about is those two words, for and since. So let's begin talking about those two words, for and since. Let's look at these words. These are words that are used to talk about how long we have been doing something, how long we have had something, right? These are words to talk about time. So let's start with the word since. We use the word since to talk about when something started in the past and continues until now. For is a word we used to measure the duration or how long something happens. Let's look at an example. So here we see since and for. So I could say, I have been living in Japan since 2012. This means I started living in Japan in 2012 and it continues until now. I could also say, I have been living in Japan for 4 years. That's the duration of time or the amount of time I have been doing something. Since 2012, for 4 years. So let's look at these, some more examples of how we can use since and for. We use since and a point in time. Since this one time. For example, I have lived in Masan since February. February is a point in time, right? I can look at a calendar, February. Since February. I have had this scarf since 2015. 2015 is a point in time. 2020, 2019, 2015. I can point to. So I can say since 2015. She has been awake since 6:30 a.m. So it can be since a month, a day, a year, a time, any point in time. So again, we can say things like since February, since 2015, since 6:30 a.m. Now let's look at for. Remember, we use for to talk about how long, right? A period of time, not a point in time. So I could say, I have been living in Masan for 3 months. That's how much time for 3 months. I could say, I have had this book for 10 years. It's that duration or how long for 10 years. I have been your teacher for 1 semester. So we use for with a period of time or a length of time. 3 months, 10 years, 1 semester. And we use since with a point in time. February 2015, 6:30 a.m. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at these and try to see, do we use since or for if we are talking about how long something has been happening. First, we see 2017. Would I say since 2017 or for 2017? I would say since, because 2017 is a point in time. Since 2017. I have been learning the piano since 2017. Next, we see 5 weeks. Is 5 weeks a point in time or a length of time? It's a length of time, so we use for. I have been reading this book for 5 weeks. Next, we see May, the month of May. Is May a point in time or a length of time? May is a point in time, so we say since May. I have had a dog since May. Next, we see 2 years. Is 2 years a point in time or a length of time? It's a length of time, so we'd say for. I have lived in Changwon for 2 years. That length of time. Next, we see several months. Again, this is a duration or length of time, so for several months. Next, we see 6:30. Is 6:30 a length of time? No, it is a point in time, so we say since. I have been awake since 6:30. Next, we see I was in middle school. This is a point in time. I was in middle school at this time, so we'd say since. It started then and continues until now. I have loved reading since I was in middle school. It started then and continues until now. Next, we see 30 minutes. Is 30 minutes a point in time or a length of time? It's a length of time, so we could say for 30 minutes. I have been cooking for 30 minutes. And I was a child. We'd also use since this time until now. Okay, so remember, we use since with points in time. Since 2017, since May, since 6:30, since I was in middle school, since I was a child. And we use for to talk about length of time. For 5 weeks, for 2 years, for several months, for 30 minutes, right? That length of time. So now let's look at our same two examples, the scarf and the bracelet. If I wanted to talk about how long I've had it, I could say, I have had it since 2005. If I want to talk about how long I have had this bracelet, I could say, I have had it for a few years. Now that we know how to talk about how long we've had something for and where we got it from, now let's learn to talk about how you use it. So here we see our words again, our phrases that we're learning about. Now let's focus on these terms. I use it. So here we see, for example, your phone. What do you use your phone for? Maybe many things. We can say, I use it to, or I use it when I. So let's look at these two ways to talk about how we use something. Let's start with, I use it to. If we want to say I use it to, then we have a verb and continue our sentence. I use it to, let's look at some examples. I use it to drink my coffee every day. I use it to write my ideas. Maybe a pen, for example. I use it to write my ideas. Or my phone, I use it to talk to my friends. What do you use it to do? We can also talk about how we use it with the phrase, I use it when I. This means you use it during some activity that you do. So I use it when I do something. For example, I use it when I hang out in my room. Maybe I am talking about my Nintendo Switch. I use it when I hang out in my room. I use it at that time. I use it when I listen to music. Maybe these are my new headphones. I use it when I listen to music. I use it when I play video games. So again, if we want to talk about how we use something, we can say, I use it to do something. I use it to drink my coffee. I use it to write my ideas. I use it to talk to my friends. Or talk about when we use it. I use it when I hang out in my room. I use it when I listen to music. I use it when I play video games. So let's go back to our two examples. How you use it. Here's that same scarf. I use it to keep warm in winter. I use it when I go outside. So here we see the purpose, to keep warm, and when I use it, when I go outside. Now let's look over here at our bracelet. I use it to make my outfit look nice, or I use it when I wear green. So we see what I use it for, to make my outfit look nice, and when I use it, when I wear green. All right, now we are going to listen to Jason, Sophie, and Ben describe the history of their possessions. So you're going to circle the correct information that you hear. You're going to listen to where they got it, how long they've had it, and how they use it. So let's listen.
I got this pair of jeans at an outlet store near my house, around 7 years ago. They were only $15, so I tried them on immediately. They were a little big for me and the denim was kind of dark and stiff, but I bought them anyway. Since then, I've washed them a lot, so now the denim is soft and really comfortable. These days, I wear them just on weekends when I hang out with friends. I know they look pretty old, but I love these jeans because they feel really natural on me.
This diary is very special to me. In fact, it's like a best friend that knows and keeps all my secrets. It was a gift from my parents when I started high school, and now I take it with me everywhere I go. In fact, I use it almost every day to write my thoughts, create poems, and draw pictures. I think it really makes my life experiences more meaningful. A lot of the things I write in it are private, so I always keep it hidden in a safe place in my room.
I got this cup in Italy when I was on vacation with a friend last summer. We loved hanging out in the cafes. And of course, we drank a lot of great coffee there, mainly huge milky cappuccinos. Actually, I bought this cup at our favorite small outdoor cafe near a hotel in Rome. Now I keep it in my kitchen at home and use it every morning to drink my coffee. For me, this cup is the perfect souvenir because it brings back so many wonderful memories of my European summer.
Okay, now that you have listened, let's go ahead and check the answers. So Jason is talking about a pair of jeans, right? And where did he get it? He said he got it at an outlet store. He has had it for 7 years, and he uses it when he relaxes with friends. How about Sophie's diary? She said she got it from her parents. She has had it since high school, and she uses it to write thoughts. Lastly, Ben talked about that he got his item in Italy. He's had it since last summer and uses it to drink coffee. So here in this example, we see using for and since, right? For 7 months, for 7 years, those lengths of time. And then things like since high school or since last summer means from that point in time, okay? We are going to listen one more time. This time, please complete these sentences. Why are their possessions important to them? Listen and complete the sentences.
I got this pair of jeans at an outlet store near my house, around 7 years ago. They were only $15, so I tried them on immediately. They were a little big for me and the denim was kind of dark and stiff, but I bought them anyway. Since then, I've washed them a lot, so now the denim is soft and really comfortable. These days, I wear them just on weekends when I hang out with friends. I know they look pretty old, but I love these jeans because they feel really natural on me.
This diary is very special to me. In fact, it's like a best friend that knows and keeps all my secrets. It was a gift from my parents when I started high school, and now I take it with me everywhere I go. In fact, I use it almost every day to write my thoughts, create poems, and draw pictures. I think it really makes my life experiences more meaningful. A lot of the things I write in it are private, so I always keep it hidden in a safe place in my room.
I got this cup in Italy when I was on vacation with a friend last summer. We loved hanging out in the cafes. And of course, we drank a lot of great coffee there, mainly huge milky cappuccinos. Actually, I bought this cup at our favorite small outdoor cafe near our hotel in Rome. Now I keep it in my kitchen at home and use it every morning to drink my coffee. For me, this cup is the perfect souvenir because it brings back so many wonderful memories of my European summer.
Okay, let's go ahead and check your answers. Jason said he loves those jeans. Why? He said, I love these jeans because they feel really natural on me. For Sophie's diary, she said, I think it really makes my life experiences more meaningful. And Ben said, it brings back so many wonderful memories of my European summer. So they talked about where they got their possessions from, how long they've had them, how long they use it, and why their possessions are important to them. Now you are going to complete the chart here on page 35 with information about 2 of your prized possessions. So in this session, we have talked about my 2 examples of a scarf and a bracelet. So let's go ahead and fill in the chart as an example with that information. Right, scarf, how I got it, as a gift from my friend, how long I've had it, since 2005, and how I use it to keep warm in winter. Possession number 2 is the bracelet, how I got it, as a souvenir, how long I've had it, for a few years, and how I use it to make my outfit look nice. So now you are going to fill in the blanks here on page 35 with information about 2 of your prized possessions. Okay? All right. So we're at the end of our lesson. Now that we have, that you have learned how to talk about these things, please go ahead and fill in that chart on page 35, right? This chart here. Then write sentences about 2 of your prized possessions. So explain where you got it, how long you've had it, and how you use it. So talk about 2 of your prized possessions, just short, and submit it to the possessions discussion. Okay, everyone, that's it for session 1. See you next time in session 2. Bye-bye.